I may be loony, but so is Jesus. I think giving money away is fun. I think offering a tithe or a significant portion of income to God is liberating. I think being a generous giver is kind of a blast. Lots of people think that's loony, but it's all over the Bible. And Jesus is all over it. Jesus sees this rich guy in today's gospel story, and his heart goes out to him. And Jesus sees this guy has a problem. He is way too attached to his stuff, way too attached to his wealth, way too attached to his money. So Jesus offers a cure. Give it to the poor. Then come follow me and join my group. That's nuts. That's crazy. That's loony. But that's Jesus. And here's the thing. I don't believe money can make us happy. I know we need enough to live. I get that. We need enough to pay our bills, to take care of ourselves, to take care of our families. Somebody who's totally broke, totally destitute, cannot be a happy person. Whoever lacks food, clothing, and shelter is facing real despair. I get that. But once I have enough to cover my basic needs, winning the lottery is not going to make me happy. Don't believe me? They have done scientific studies on this. Lottery winners, they've done studies of lottery winners. And you know what? I knew a couple, two different people who won the Illinois State Lottery for multi-million dollars. That was when I served churches out in the Midwest. Lottery winners have a few weeks or a few months of euphoria. And then they settle back down to the same level of satisfaction and happiness they had before they won the lottery. Getting rich is not in and of itself going to make me happy. It just isn't. Why? Because I am a human being, not a human having. And Jesus has a way to teach us, the way of generosity. Jesus says, give. Give a chunk of your money away. Learn to take your money lightly. Now that, my friends, is heresy in contemporary American culture. Giving money away is fun. Giving money away is liberating. Giving money away is healthy. Yes, yes, and amen. I have learned this, not just because Jesus said it, although he did. I've learned it from decades of experience. I have been a disciplined giver to church ever since I became an adult. And it does me good. I've actually learned to enjoy it, and it does good to the churches and the causes that I support. You know that for the past 20 years, St. Mark's has been so close to my heart. And I choose to put my money where my heart is. This is the time of the year we ask the people of St. Mark's to make a financial pledge or promise of financial support for the coming year. This enables the vestry to plan for our work as a church in a responsible manner. And the money given by you, our parishioners, is received thankfully, and it is spent in your name very carefully. It takes money to keep our church building, our church home, in shape. It takes money to have a full-time parish priest, and a good Sunday school program for the children, and a good youth program for the teens, and a music program for all of us. And it takes money to help the needy in our community and in the world. We have all the money we need, except that it's in your wallets and bank accounts. And you know what? I got no problem asking you to consider promising a chunk of what God has given you to the work of God's church. I have no problem with that. Just as Jesus had no problem telling a rich guy to let go of his tight grip on his money. In effect, Jesus said to this guy, put your money where God's heart is. And Jesus says the same to us. Put your money where God's heart is. This rich guy in the story missed the boat. He couldn't let go. So he missed being part of something special. The community of Jesus. That family that would go on to change the whole world. Don't you miss the invitation. Be part of something special. I think St. Mark's is something special. This church is fun, and this church is generous, and this church is happy to bless others and to be blessed. This church is a family. This church is one of the many communities of Jesus who want to make a difference in God's world. This church is trying to put its money where God's heart is. So don't miss out. Make a difference. Be the person Jesus hopes you will be. Put your money where God's heart is. Amen.